Yesterday, we watched how Meghan was able to display 10 different facial expressions in just 10 seconds. But if you thought that was creepy, wait until you see her odd behavior with the interviewer. Welcome back, my body language buddies. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the body language guy, and it would be great if you join us by just liking this video, subscribing, and hitting that bell. Let's get down to it. We are going to jump in right into an outrageous reaction by Meghan when Robin J, the interviewer, dares to look away from her. Here it goes.
You know, what I'm able to bring to the role, I try to, is that amidst all of her human things that can perhaps... Who are you looking for? You know, what I'm able to bring to the role, I try to, is that amidst all of her human things that can perhaps... Who are you looking for?
I put the clip twice, not because Meghan's reaction was difficult to spot, but because what the interviewer did, just looking away for a split second, was extremely easy to miss. And I understand that the first reaction that you might have is, why did Meghan react like that? Now, there is absolutely no doubt that Meghan's reaction was odd. But before we define that emotion, it's really important to check what happened before and after this reaction. Let's go back in time and check what happened in the seconds prior to the clip that you saw. As usual, try to relax, because what we are looking for is not the first thing that will come to your mind. Here it goes.
That you have to be kind to yourself, right? That it's not easy, and it's okay that it's not easy, and you're going to make hiccups and mistakes along the way, and to just stick with your goals. I hope that that's what young women see in Rachel, and I hope that, you know, what I'm able to bring to the role.
Okay, I'm not going to torture you with whatever was the whole answer to this, because yes, the answer was even longer. But the clip that you just saw has everything that we need at the moment. For starters, the first words that she said, "You have to be kind to yourself." It's truly ironic that Meghan is talking about kindness, and yes, being kind to yourself is one of the most important things that you should enforce in your own behavior every day, but that doesn't fit with the reaction that we saw later. Now, about the reaction itself. In order to confirm how ironic was Meghan's reaction to Ruben looking away, it would be very helpful if you watched the previous clip again, but, and this is very important, do not pay attention to Meghan's words. Well, that will be hurtful for her, but whatever. Just pay attention to where Meghan's eyes go. Where does she look? That's all you have to see now. Here it goes.
That you have to be kind to yourself, right? That it's not easy, and it's okay that it's not easy, and you're going to make hiccups and mistakes along the way, and to just stick with your goals. I hope that that's what young women see in Rachel, and I hope that, you know, what I'm able to bring to the role.
Now we're going to cheat. I'm going to confirm that all this time, Ruben has been looking straight at her, nodding, and we guess that actively listening to Meghan. Meghan at the same time makes eye contact with him, but of course, as any normal human being, moves her eyes all over the place. And this is normal. This is something that we do without noticing. Because moving our eyes when we talk is part of how our brain works when recalling and crafting information so we can speak. But there were also other signals, like this face she does when she says the words, "It's okay if it's not easy." I'm not going to put much pressure on Meghan for this combination of facial expression and words, but it really felt like she was saying, "It's okay if it's not easy. Anyway, you're not me." But no, I'm going to cut her some slack. The problem is that even if Ruben was just listening, and it's good manners to look at the person that is speaking, I find it incredibly annoying that Meghan decided to cut short what she was saying, whatever she was saying, just to call him off about him looking behind her back. And this has severe implications in the way Meghan acts and judges herself. I am not going to play that clip again because I'm sure you noticed that Meghan was not being that concrete in her answer. She was stuttering, using crutch words, so in cases like this, it's much better that you just cut short your answer. This can happen to you if you're struggling to come up with an answer to a question. The worst thing you could do is use filler words or canned expressions. And yes, just stick with your goals is a canned expression. It's not bad in itself, but good communications is always succinct. And she's not giving value to her own answer because she's giving way more weight to the fact that Ruben looked away for less than 1 second, and I measured that frame by frame. so she decided to just stop. Now, she doesn't just stop, but turns around completely just to see who did Ruben look at for less than 1 second. Now, I would like to invite you to comment right now. How would you define her attitude, stopping and looking around? Go ahead, share what is the word that defines the feeling that you get from her. I'm gonna give you 2 more seconds and I'm going to share what this really means. If someone stops cold, whatever they're saying, and turns around to see what's going on behind them because the person they're talking to broke eye contact for less than 1 second, that is extreme insecurity. You're not that invested in what you are saying, and when you lose the attention of the other person for the tiniest bit of time, you have to turn around to look and to compare yourself to whoever is behind you. Who is behind me that is so important that this man stopped looking at me for 1 second? There is no other description. And I actually feel bad for this kind of situations. I know for a fact that acting careers are extremely fragile, volatile, and most actors and actresses really struggle with imposter syndrome. That is constantly thinking that you're not good enough, and at any time someone is going to notice, and even worse, call you out, say that you're a fraud. But Meghan is very proactive, and she did it before anyone else.
I was such a fraud. I was such a fraud. I was such a fraud.
But despite how insecure a professional of acting can feel, this kind of behavior is not normal. Like, at all. It looks more like a tantrum. And the fact is that you have not seen what happens after this. And you're about to watch it.
Amidst all of her human things that can perhaps... Who are you looking for?
No one.
Ruben is like looking over my shoulder to try to find somebody else.
I'm just trying to make sure they're not wrapping me up.
Let's see who might it be that's on their way. Who's this?
That's Leslie.
I forgot to mention that almost at the start of the interview, Meghan literally took the interview cards from Ruben. The cards where he had his previous annotations and possible questions to the people he was going to interview. And she actually began skimming the questions just to see which ones were the best or most appropriate or whatever. That is his job, not hers. That's why she begins to skim them again here to see which other persons he was going to interview. I mean, how insecure can this get? Notice that she does that gesture getting closer to him and putting her arm over his shoulder. I've mentioned that gesture a couple times about being like an ownership gesture. Like, I own your time at this moment. I am not saying that you don't have the right to complain if someone is being disrespectful. And sometimes you have all the right to go full Bjork on a reporter. But in this case, Ruben was being playful and polite, and I don't think Meghan's reaction was necessary or even made sense. Now you know why I told you that this 5-minute interview has so much material to analyze. And between body language, behavior, and words, maybe in the future I can take a third look at it. If you want it, just show me some love with the like button. If you want to refine your observation skills, all you have to do is download my 100 body language tips right in the description of this video. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas, and it will always be a pleasure, my body language buddies. Much love and bliss.